Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Everything has to be quick, in and out, like in and out burgers, in and out. So let's go into this topic real quick. Are Africans lazy people? That's a question. Are Africans lazy people? In this video, I want to answer that question in a very honest, professional, and humble way. I always talk about Africans, especially Nigerians. So let's go back to Nigerians in this video. But remember, when I'm talking about Nigerians, I'm also talking about many or all other African countries, especially Black African countries, because we are all the same. Sometimes we look the same. Sometimes we eat the same food. Sometimes we smell the same. Africans are Africans. Nigerians, Liberians, Kenyans, Ghanaians, name it. Africans are Africans. So let's talk about Nigerians and other African countries. Are African people lazy? I'm going to be sharing 3 points to prove to you that Africans are... Actually, let me answer the question first. The simple answer to that question is, hell no. Africans are not lazy people. But, yes, everything has a but. Yes. But we're also going to talk about that but in this video. So I want to talk about 3 areas to prove to you that Africans are not lazy people. They are not. And I will talk about 1 area where Africans are lazy. Everybody is lazy in some area to some extent. We all are. We don't have strength in every single area. But sometimes we can be lazy. So let's go straight talking about 3 areas where Africans are not lazy. I want to prove this to you. Number 1, spiritually. When it comes to spirituality, Africans are not lazy. It's more like by default, Africans, we are directly from heaven. In Nigeria, we have more churches than businesses. We are spiritual. That does not mean we are godly. I'm not trying to say we are godly. We are spiritual. That does not mean we are not devilish. Okay, we are just spiritual, and that does not mean we know God. In fact, we really don't know God in Africa, but we are spiritual. Okay, Africans are the most spiritual people on the face of this earth. They are the ones that are more closer to God. So in that area of spirituality, Africans are not lazy at all. We go to church 7 days a week. Just to tell you, we don't even want to do anything by ourselves. We believe, our belief in Africa is God will do everything for us. We don't have to do anything. We are not lazy being spiritual. We are not lazy in that area. We are not. And we have so many little gods in Africa. For example, in Nigeria, we have the god of thunder, the god of water, the god of this, the god of all these spiritual things that we believe in. So do some other African countries as well. They believe in some things that you will never believe. That how can somebody believe in such nonsense? Anyway, so spiritually, we are not lazy. That's number 1. Let's talk about the second thing. Second area to tell you that Africans are not lazy. Number two area to prove to you that Africans are not lazy is when it comes to family responsibility. Africans parents take good care of their children. My mom worked very hard to raise 6 children by herself. 6. African parents are not joke. In that area, Africans are not lazy when it comes to taking care of family. That does not mean we are responsible. In fact, many Africans are not responsible, but parents taking care of their children, I respect African families for that. We are not lazy people. African parents are not lazy people at all. They know what's up and they know how to take care of their children. The next third area to prove to you that Africans are not lazy people, when it comes to hard work and education, many Africans are very educated. Though there's no job, I mean, if you look at the records, even in America, many Nigerians are highly educated. But when you go back to Africa, many of them are also very educated, but doing nothing. Okay? There's no job for them. So when it comes to education, learning, Africans are not lazy. We strongly believe in education. We take education very seriously, even though it's not the mean of surviving anymore in this present time. Education is good, but it's not the way to survive anymore. Africans are not lazy when it comes to education. You will see in America, we have so many doctors, engineers, lawyers, in all kinds of fields. The same thing in Nigeria and in many other African countries. Africans are not lazy in that area when it comes to education. We strongly believe in education. We take it very serious. We take it to the extreme. Even though we know that education in for example, in Nigeria, you will go to university. That doesn't mean you're going to get a job. The only reason you're going to get a job after you finish your education on a higher school like university is if you know somebody. You can't just apply. It's not, you can't just go to LinkedIn. You can't just send your resume to a company that you really want to work for and expect them to call you and give you a job. No. It doesn't work like that in Africa. You have to know somebody for you to get in. Okay? Or you have to pay somebody to get in. Or if you are a woman, you have to be ready to sleep, have sex with multiple people. Then you can get a job. It's not like advanced country where you will just go to school and come out from school and apply for a job and you are guaranteed to land a good job. It doesn't work like that in many African countries. It does not. But we still believe in education. We are not lazy in going to school, even though we know that nothing will happen after that. Many professors in Nigeria are selling water on the street. They are teaching on a lower level. Many engineers don't have anything to engineer. Okay? Many professionals in Nigeria are not even using their skill, but we still believe in education. Education is a very important thing for many Africans. So in that area, we are not lazy. Okay, let's talk about one area where Africans are super lazy, extremely lazy, very lazy. Many Nigerians, many Africans, super lazy in this area. Now, and this is the area where it actually is more like is one of the, if we are missing in this area, don't expect much to work under. This area is very important, and that's where many of us are lazy. And which area is that? Thinking. When it comes to thinking wise, many Africans are lazy. Africans will rather pray than to think. Africans will rather beg than to think. Africans will rather go into 72 days of fasting than to think. Africans will rather pay bribe than to think. Africans will rather ignore challenges, run away from challenges than to think. When it comes to thinking, many of us don't think. Though we think that we think, but many Africans don't think. But this is one of the areas where many of us are lazy. We are mentally lazy. Not all Africans, of course, but many are mentally lazy. We find it difficult to do an active, constructive thinking to make something happen or to create something or to solve a problem. Let me support my argument. Did you hear what our president, Buhari, said? He said all Nigerians should go back into farming. Meaning that he's trying to tell us that we don't think. Starting from him, he's really not a thinker. If he's a good thinker, do you think he will have said something like that? That, hey, my people, all Nigerians, go back into farming. That's our way out to solve all our problems in Nigeria. So, starting from our leaders, you see, if our leaders cannot think very well, constructively, how do you think it's going to affect the regular people? Thinking is one of our major problems in Africa, and this affects many Africans, starting from Nigerians to many other Africans. Not until we start thinking correctly, we should not expect anything to change. No, nothing will change. We will pray, but nothing will change. We will go to school, but nothing will change until we start becoming very active in how we perceive things and how we think. Our thinking is very important. Everybody is learning how to think. Not everybody, actually. Some people, including myself, I'm learning how to think constructively and actively. I don't want to think passively. Many of us Africans, our thinking is very passive, which means we either don't think at all or our thinking is very shallow. If you want to understand more in how we think and how we see things, just get yourself involved with many Africans and you will know. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. We are not lazy in 3 areas. In education, we are not lazy. Spiritually, we are not lazy. When it comes to family, we are not lazy. But in thinking, we are lazy people. Many of us, many Africans are lazy in thinking. That's all I have to say for today, and I will see you next time. Ciao.